Ladies and gentlemen, life teaches us that not everyone we encounter will honor us with respect. But respect, at its core, is a reflection of the giver more than the receiver. The way we handle such situations reveals not only our character, but our understanding of who we are. When someone disrespects you, the first step is to remain grounded. People often disrespect others because they are wrestling with their own insecurities. They project their frustrations outward, hoping to diminish others to elevate themselves. But remember this, their opinion doesn't define your value. Your worth is rooted in your purpose, not in someone else's perception. Refuse to react impulsively. Don't allow another person's negativity to provoke you into stepping down from your true self. Next, establish clear boundaries. Respect is a two-way street, and it is something you teach others to offer by the way you conduct yourself. Be firm yet kind in making it known that you will not tolerate being demeaned. This isn't about retaliation, but about standing tall in your dignity. If you consistently allow others to cross lines, you send a message that your boundaries don't matter. Teach people how to treat you by showing them how you treat yourself. Thirdly, choose forgiveness, but not naivety. Forgiveness frees you from the grip of anger and resentment, allowing you to move forward without carrying the weight of someone else's actions. However, forgiveness doesn't mean blind trust. It's not an invitation for others to repeat their behavior. It's about releasing bitterness while remaining wise enough to discern who belongs in your life and who doesn't. Surround yourself with those who inspire you to grow, not those who tear you down. There's a saying that a good tree cannot bear bad fruit. Seek out relationships that nourish your spirit. Invest in connections that remind you of your purpose and encourage your dreams. And when faced with disrespect, let the integrity of your circle fortify your resolve. Lastly, embrace humility without becoming a doormat. True strength is found in meekness, which is power under control. You don't need to shout to prove your worth, nor do you need to stoop to their level to be seen. Walk with confidence and grace, knowing that your actions speak louder than their words. In every situation, let your life be a testament to the values you hold. Respect, my friends, starts with how you see yourself. When you honor who you are, you teach others to do the same. Carry yourself with such conviction and grace that disrespect becomes powerless in the presence of your character. And remember, you were created for greatness, not for the approval of others. Let your light shine so brightly that it exposes the shadows of insecurity in others, drawing them to respect not just you, but the principles you stand for. When dealing with people who don't respect you, remember that their behavior is often a mirror of their inner state. It has less to do with you and more to do with their struggles, fears, or unhealed wounds. Sometimes their actions are rooted in ignorance. They don't know the value of what they see before them. A diamond in the dirt remains a diamond, even if someone mistakes it for a mere rock. Your responsibility is not to convince them of your value, but to remain steadfast in your knowledge of it. Never trade your integrity for the approval of those who fail to see who you truly are. Silence can be a powerful response to disrespect. It's not a sign of weakness, but of control. There's a time to speak and a time to be silent. When someone speaks ill of you, there's no need to defend yourself to everyone. Truth doesn't need explanation. It stands firm, unshaken by the winds of falsehood. By refusing to engage in unnecessary arguments, you conserve your energy for things that truly matter. Let your actions, your consistency, and your results speak louder than their words ever could. People will see your fruit in due time. At times you may feel the urge to retaliate. You might want to prove a point or make them feel what they've made you feel. But consider this: responding with anger or bitterness only lowers you to the level of the offender. It's easy to react, but it takes strength to rise above. You are not responsible for changing how others behave, but you are responsible for how you respond. Let your response reflect your character, not their offense. A soft answer turns away wrath, while a harsh word stirs up anger. Choose the path of wisdom, for it leads to peace. Be mindful of the power of your words, even in the face of disrespect. Words have the ability to build or destroy, to heal or wound. When you speak, let your words be seasoned with grace. This doesn't mean you should allow others to walk over you, but it means choosing to respond in a way that uplifts rather than diminishes. The way you speak to those who disrespect you reveals whether you're controlled by their actions or guided by your values. Always choose to operate from a place of strength, not spite. Understand that some people may never respect you, no matter what you do. This can be difficult to accept, especially when it comes from those close to you, family, friends, or colleagues. But you must free yourself from the need for their validation. You cannot control someone else's heart or mind, but you can control what you allow to influence yours. Their failure to respect you says more about them than it does about you. Do not let their shortcomings dictate how you view yourself. You were designed with purpose, and that purpose doesn't depend on their approval. In navigating disrespect, self-awareness is key. Know your triggers and understand why certain actions or words affect you deeply. When you know yourself, you become less vulnerable to the tactics of others. If someone's disrespect angers you, pause and ask yourself why. Is it because you doubt your own worth? Or is it because their actions remind you of a past hurt? By understanding your own emotions, you can address the root of your reaction and respond with clarity instead of confusion. There will be moments when the best thing you can do is walk away. Not every battle is worth fighting. And not every person deserves access to your energy. Walking away is not a sign of defeat. It's a demonstration of wisdom. You are not obligated to remain in environments that diminish you. Sometimes the greatest act of respect you can give yourself is the courage to leave situations where respect is absent. Your time and peace are too valuable to be spent trying to win the approval of those who choose not to see your worth. One of the most effective ways to handle disrespect is by focusing on your growth. The more you develop yourself, the less the opinions of others will affect you. Invest in your mind, your skills, and your purpose. When you become excellent at what you do, the noise of disrespect fades into the background. People may still criticize or undermine you, but your success will speak volumes. Let your achievements silence the voices of those who doubted you. Remember that respect is often earned through consistency. People may not respect you initially, but as they witness your integrity, discipline, and persistence, their perception may change. This isn't guaranteed, but it's a possibility. Consistency builds trust, and trust can lead to respect. However, even if it doesn't, remain consistent for your own sake. Let your life be a reflection of the principles you hold dear, regardless of whether others choose to acknowledge them. Disrespect can be a blessing in disguise, for it reveals the hearts of those around you. Pay attention to how people treat you, especially in moments of disagreement or adversity. True character is revealed not in comfort, but in conflict. When someone disrespects you, they show you who they are. Use this knowledge to discern who belongs in your life and who doesn't. Surround yourself with those who respect your boundaries, honor your values, and encourage your growth. It's also important to understand that respect starts with self-respect. If you don't value yourself, it will be difficult to command respect from others. Treat yourself with kindness, care, and dignity. Set high standards for how you live, work, and interact with others. When you respect yourself, you teach others how to respect you. If they choose not to, that's a reflection of their inability, not your worth. There's a profound peace that comes with knowing who you are and whose you are. When you're rooted in this understanding, the opinions and actions of others lose their power over you. Disrespect may sting, but it won't shake you. You'll find that the more secure you are in your identity, the less you'll need external validation. Your confidence will radiate and people will be drawn to your strength, even if they initially resisted it. So when faced with disrespect, remember who you are. Stand firm in your values, respond with grace, and refuse to let someone else's behavior define your actions. Live in such a way that even those who disrespect you will be forced to acknowledge the strength of your character. You were not created to live at the mercy of others' opinions. You were created to live a life of purpose, integrity, and greatness. Hold fast to that truth and let it guide you in all things. Choosing to disengage from conflict doesn't mean you're avoiding the problem. It means you are prioritizing peace. Some people thrive on conflict because it validates their sense of control or superiority. They push buttons, hoping to elicit a reaction that confirms their assumptions about you. Don't give them the satisfaction. By stepping away or refusing to engage, you show them that you operate on a higher plane. You teach them that you're not easily swayed by provocation. This isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Sometimes the greatest response to disrespect is success. People often underestimate the quiet power of perseverance. When they see you flourishing, it shifts the narrative. They may not admit it openly, but your achievements become undeniable. Even if they continue to speak negatively, their words lose weight in the face of your progress. Success is a language everyone understands, and it silences critics better than any argument ever could. Focus on building, growing, and advancing. Let your life become a testament to what resilience and purpose can accomplish. Patience is another crucial tool in handling disrespect. Not everyone will see your value immediately, and some may never see it. But patience teaches you to remain steady, knowing that time often reveals the truth. People may come to realize the error of their ways or gain a deeper understanding of who you are. However, patience isn't about waiting passively. It's about continuing to act with integrity while trusting that the seeds you've planted will bear fruit in due time. It's also important to recognize the power of empathy. While it's challenging to empathize with someone who disrespects you, doing so can provide clarity and even compassion. Ask yourself what might be driving their behavior. Are they dealing with personal pain? Are they projecting their fears onto you? Empathy doesn't excuse their actions, but it helps you see the bigger picture. It allows you to respond with grace rather than retaliation. And in some cases, your empathy can disarm their hostility, opening the door to reconciliation. On this journey, remember the importance of consistency. People will watch how you respond to disrespect. They will observe whether you remain true to your values or compromise in moments of frustration. Consistency builds credibility, and credibility fosters respect. Even if the person disrespecting you never changes, others will take note of your unwavering character. This is how you leave a lasting impression, by staying true to who you are, regardless of the circumstances. At the same time, don't confuse humility with passivity. Humility is about knowing your strengths and acknowledging them without arrogance. It's about being confident without being confrontational. Passivity, on the other hand, is failing to stand up for yourself when it's necessary. There will be moments when you must assert yourself not out of pride, but out of principle. Standing up for yourself doesn't mean lowering yourself to someone else's level. It means communicating clearly and confidently that you won't tolerate disrespect. Disrespect often exposes the insecurity of the person giving it. Secure individuals don't feel the need to belittle others. They uplift, encourage, and empower because they're not threatened by the success or presence of others. In contrast, those who disrespect you are often battling feelings of inadequacy. They attempt to bring others down to feel better about themselves. Knowing this can help you see through their behavior and recognize that their actions are not a reflection of you, but of their own struggles. In dealing with such individuals, it's crucial to remain focused on your purpose. Disrespect can be a distraction if you allow it to consume your thoughts and energy. But when you stay aligned with your goals, you'll find that the noise fades into the background. Purpose gives you direction. And when you're clear about where you're going, the opinions of others become less significant. Don't let their negativity derail you. Keep your eyes on the destination and let your progress speak for itself. Forgiveness is a powerful act of liberation. It frees you from the chains of resentment and bitterness. Holding on to anger only weighs you down, while forgiveness allows you to move forward unencumbered. However, forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or allowing repeated disrespect. It means releasing the emotional burden and choosing to rise above. Forgive, but remember the lessons. Protect your peace by setting boundaries that ensure you're not placed in the same situation again. In your journey to handle disrespect, gratitude can be an unexpected ally. When you focus on the good in your life, it becomes easier to let go of the negativity others bring. Gratitude shifts your perspective, reminding you of your blessings and strengths. It keeps you grounded, even in the face of adversity. Disrespect loses its power when you're anchored in thankfulness, because you realize that no one's opinion can take away what truly matters. Self-respect is your greatest shield. When you honor yourself, you set a standard for how others should treat you. This isn't about arrogance, but about recognizing your intrinsic value. Treat yourself with kindness, care, and dignity, and others will follow suit. And if they don't, their behavior will not diminish your self-worth. Your respect for yourself is not contingent on their approval. It's rooted in your understanding of who you are. Remember that every encounter teaches you something. Disrespect, while unpleasant, can be a powerful teacher. It shows you who you are, what you value, and how you handle challenges. It strengthens your resolve and sharpens your discernment. It forces you to confront your emotions, test your patience, and practice grace. While it may not feel like it in the moment, these experiences contribute to your growth. They shape you into a stronger, wiser, and more compassionate individual. There's a dignity in walking away from disrespect. It's not about giving up or admitting defeat, but about choosing peace over conflict. Walking away is a declaration that you value your time, energy, and self-worth too much to engage in unnecessary battles. It's an act of self-preservation and self-respect. When you walk away, you leave behind not just the person who disrespected you, but also the negativity they brought into your space. Life is too short to dwell on the actions of those who don't value you. Instead, invest your time and energy into relationships that uplift and inspire you. Surround yourself with people who see your worth and encourage your growth. Build connections that are rooted in mutual respect and understanding. These relationships will nourish your spirit and remind you of your value, even when others fail to do so. You cannot control how others treat you, but you can control how you respond. Choose to respond with grace, wisdom, and strength. Let your actions reflect your character, not their offense. Live in a way that honors your values and purpose, and you'll find that respect will follow not always from those who initially disrespected you, but from those who recognize the light within you. Focus on what you can control. You can't change someone's heart or force them to respect you, but you can choose to rise above their behavior. You can choose to continue walking in your purpose, building your dreams, and living with integrity. You can choose to forgive, to set boundaries, and to surround yourself with positivity. These choices empower you and remind you that your destiny is not in the hands of others, but in your own. Disrespect is not the end of your story. It's a chapter, a moment in time that will pass. Don't let it define you or deter you from your path. Rise above it, learn from it, and let it propel you toward greater things. Your worth is not determined by how others treat you, but by how you choose to live. Walk with confidence, speak with grace, and live with purpose. That is the greatest response to those who fail to see your value. When you understand the depth of your value, you realize that your worth is not something anyone can take away. Disrespect often stems from a lack of understanding or appreciation. Some people fail to recognize the weight of their words or the consequences of their actions. But your understanding of yourself must remain steady, regardless of their lack of insight. You don't need to seek validation in the approval of others. Instead, let your confidence be rooted in the truth of who you are. Handling disrespect is not about winning or losing, nor is it about proving a point. It's about staying true to your values and refusing to let others pull you into a cycle of negativity. Their disrespect is their responsibility, but how you respond to it is entirely up to you. If you meet their behavior with the same energy, you risk becoming what you disdain. Instead, choose to elevate the conversation by remaining calm, collected, and in control. There's a quiet strength in choosing not to retaliate. Restraint is not a lack of ability, but a display of power under control. When someone disrespects you, they expect a reaction, an angry word, a defensive posture, or an emotional outburst. By denying them that reaction, you disrupt their expectations and maintain control over the situation. This composure not only protects your peace, but also demonstrates a level of maturity and wisdom that others will come to respect, even if they don't admit it. Disrespect as a way of testing your patience. It's easy to be patient when things are going well, but true patience is revealed in the face of adversity. When someone speaks to you harshly or treats you unfairly, you have an opportunity to show restraint. This doesn't mean accepting mistreatment, but it does mean responding in a way that reflects your principles rather than your emotions. Patience is a virtue that can diffuse tension, open the door to understanding, and allow you to handle even the most challenging interactions with grace. Recognize that not everyone is meant to understand you, and not everyone is equipped to respect you. This can be a difficult truth to accept, especially when the disrespect comes from someone you care about or look up to. But part of growth is learning to release the need for everyone's approval. You are not defined by their opinions or their behavior. The moment you release the weight of their judgment, you free yourself to walk in your purpose without hesitation or fear. When dealing with people who disrespect you, it's essential to focus on your own growth and progress. Disrespect can be a distraction if you allow it to consume your thoughts and emotions. But when you channel that energy into self-improvement, you shift the focus away from their negativity and onto your development. This doesn't mean ignoring the issue, it means choosing to prioritize what truly matters. The best response to disrespect is to continue moving forward, building a life that reflects your values and aspirations. There will be moments when silence is the most powerful tool at your disposal. Silence can speak louder than words when used wisely. It's a way of saying, I see what you've done, but I choose not to engage. Silence doesn't mean you're ignoring the problem. It means you're choosing to address it on your terms, not theirs. It's an act of defiance that says you will not be drawn into their negativity. Instead, you will stand firm in your peace, unshaken by their attempts to provoke you. It's also important to remember that respect is not something you can demand, it's something you earn. However, earning respect doesn't mean conforming to others' expectations or compromising your values. It means living with integrity, treating others with kindness, and standing firm in your beliefs. Even if someone refuses to respect you, your actions will leave an impression. Over time, they may come to see the strength of your character and the consistency of your values. Forgiveness is a crucial part of handling disrespect. When someone disrespects you, it's natural to feel hurt or angry. But holding on to that pain only harms you. Forgiveness is not about condoning their behavior or forgetting what happened. It's about freeing yourself from the burden of resentment. It's about choosing to let go so that you can move forward without the weight of their actions holding you back. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself, a way of reclaiming your peace and power. At times, the best course of action is to distance yourself from those who repeatedly show you disrespect. This doesn't mean cutting people off at the first sign of conflict, but it does mean recognizing when a relationship has become toxic. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, who see your value, and who encourage you to be your best self. Life is too short to spend in the company of those who seek to bring you down. Choose your circle wisely and protect your peace fiercely. Disrespect can be a catalyst for introspection. When someone treats you poorly, it can force you to examine your own boundaries and self-perception. Are you allowing others to cross lines because you're afraid of confrontation? Are you tolerating behavior that you shouldn't because you doubt your own worth? Use these moments as opportunities to strengthen your sense of self and reaffirm your boundaries. Let the experience teach you how to stand taller, speak clearer, and live with greater purpose. It's important to maintain a sense of perspective. Disrespect, while painful, is often temporary. The words or actions of another person may hurt in the moment, but they don't have the power to define your life unless you let them. In the grand scheme of things, their negativity is just a small moment in time. Don't give it more significance than it deserves. Focus on the bigger picture, and remember that your purpose is far greater than any one person's opinion of you. There's a strength that comes from knowing you don't have to respond to every slight or insult. Not every battle is worth fighting, and not every comment deserves a reply. By choosing your battles wisely, you can serve your energy for the things that truly matter. Let your actions and your achievements speak for themselves. In the end, your life will be a far more powerful testament to your character than any argument could ever be. Sometimes, the greatest act of resistance is to thrive in the face of disrespect. When others try to bring you down, let it motivate you to rise even higher. Use their negativity as fuel for your growth. Let their doubts inspire you to prove them wrong, not through words, but through actions. Success is the ultimate response to those who underestimate or undermine you. It's a way of showing them that their attempts to diminish you have only made you stronger. Disrespect can also be an opportunity to practice compassion. While it's not always easy, choosing to respond with kindness can have a profound impact. When someone disrespects you, it's often a reflection of their own pain or insecurity. By responding with understanding, you may be able to break the cycle of negativity and open the door to healing. This doesn't mean tolerating bad behavior or allowing yourself to be mistreated, but it does mean choosing to see the humanity in others, even when they fail to see it in you. Ultimately, how you handle disrespect is a reflection of your character. It's an opportunity to show the world who you are and what you stand for. Choose to rise above, to respond with grace, and to live with purpose. Let your actions speak louder than their words, and let your light shine so brightly that it exposes the shadows of their negativity. In doing so, you'll not only handle disrespect with dignity, but also inspire others to do the same. And so as you navigate the challenges of dealing with those who fail to respect you, remember to stand firm in your values, respond with grace and wisdom, protect your peace, and never let their actions define your worth, for your dignity, purpose, and strength will always speak louder than their words.